What we can do is we can talk about how Barcelona are going to line up against Sevilla. Again, that match is going to be tomorrow. It's going to be a kickoff time of 3:30 Eastern Standard Time, my time. Figure that out for you. We got coolies from around the world watching. And by the way, if you have not done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so that you can be part of the conversation while we are here for the live watch-along party for Barcelona versus Sevilla. We'll be going live, excuse me, about 20 minutes, 30 minutes before kickoff. We'll do a full match preview and prediction. We'll talk about the starting 11, which will be officially released by then. But for now, we are going to speculate on the starting 11, the scoreline. We'll see what we can come up with here while we predict Sevilla versus Barcelona match preview. First and foremost, I think this is, I just want to double check. Yes, this is an away match. So Barcelona going into this one in 7th place, but with a chance to jump up and be equal on points with the number 4 team, Rayo Vallecano. So who's going to be our starting 11, folks? You know how we like to start things out here. Give me one player, what position they're going to be in, what formation we're starting out with, and we'll go from there. While you're thinking about it, I'm going to mark out the players that are injured. That includes Fati, that includes Memphis, that includes Goatweight, that includes Roberto, that includes Pedri. Goes on and on and on. That includes Dest for right now. I think that's it. I think that's all of our injuries. We'll go ahead and gray those folks out so we know that they are unavailable. So give me one player. What position are they starting in? What formation are we going with? Xavi is keeping us on our toes. Hard to predict what he's going to line up with. What we saw in versus Elche was starting out in a 4-3-3 defensively, but then on the attack, we quickly switched to a 3-5-2 or a 3-4-3 at times, or even weirder, a 3-2-3-2-1, depending on how you want to look at it. Very fluid, particularly on the offensive side of the ball. All right, I'm seeing votes for 4-3-3, shouts for Alba. Another shout for Alba in a 4-3-3. Sem calling for a midfield of Gavi, Nico, and Busi. I don't think... we'll see. I mean, we did just have a match 2 days ago. We'll see, but it's a big one, though. I don't think Frankie de Jong gets left off for this one. And you know what? In fact, just because I want to be supportive, I'm starting with him. I'm starting with Frankie. All right, we're going to build this out in a traditional 4-3-3, and then I'll show you what Xavi does once we actually get the ball on the attack. So you know who's going to be holding things down defensively on the midfield side. That's going to be Busquets. Alongside them, Gavi. I'm telling you, once Pedri comes back, it's going to be a tough decision. I know de Jong is not playing up to snuff right now. This is not the de Jong that we know he can be, but putting him on the bench would be a mistake. I honestly think even though Busquets is playing better than de Jong, it is a better decision for our future to let Busquets take a seat and have de Jong, Gavi, Pedri run that midfield. It's the right thing to do. If we're not going to win anything this year anyway, why not take a look to the future? And I'm not saying bench Busquets and not let him play, but I'm saying get lots of playing time as much as you can with Gavi, Pedri, and de Jong, because that is the midfield of the future. Anyway, for this match, I'm going Gavi, de Jong, Busquets in the midfield. I'm going back to a back 4 with Alba. Piqué will be back for this match. He was serving yellow card suspension for the match against Elche, so Piqué is going to be back. And then our defensive player of the year so far, Araujo, he's going to be in there. But Des, I think, is still going to be unavailable, so Araujo might be forced to play right back. And it should be Langley sliding in there next to Piqué, which actually means that Piqué is going to be playing more on the right side, with Piqué playing on that left center back position. That's what I'm thinking back for the back 4. Although some people are complaining that Ter Stegen's struggling, I think he's doing just fine. It's a frustrating team in front of him, if anything else. So Ter Stegen, of course, gets to start between the posts. That's what we're looking at so far. Alba, Langley, Piqué, Araujo as the back 4. Gavi, Busquets, de Jong in the midfield. Our front 3, a little bit of a surprise last match going with Hukla, but you're not going to get me again, Xavi. I know what's happening. Hukla scored the goal off of the corner in the match against Elche, starting things off right for Barcelona. Abde is going to be on that left-hand side, continues to impress. His dribbling ability is out of this world. His confidence is top-notch, but he needs to pick his head up and look for the pass once he gets around the defenders. That's number one thing that he could work on right now, is just get your head up, look for the pass. That's all I'll say about that, but very excited for his future. Right-hand side is Dembele. Glad to see him back to match fit. 90 minutes match fit, I should say. It's been a long time. So glad to see him in the starting lineup. Glad to see him getting 90 minutes of playing time. So this is what we'll look like defensively. All right. And I talk about this a lot, but when Barcelona is defending, we are in a more traditional 4-3-3 or even a 4-4-2 at times, depending on how our opponent is lined up. But as soon as we get the ball, here's what happens. Abde goes all the way out wide. Dembele goes all the way out wide. They're hugging these touch lines. Xavi slides in here. De Jong slides in here. Alba pinches in, and he was actually, this is what was strange. This is just for the last match. This is what was a little bit wild about this. Alba actually pinched in here, and they had like a dual defensive mid going on with Alba and Busquets, and it ended up looking like this when we were on the ball offensively. So if you look at that, it's a 3-4-3. If you want to argue that maybe it was a little bit more like this at times, I'll give you that as well. But that's still, when you break it down, a 3-4-3 or a 3-1-3-3, however you want to look at it. So defensively, 4-back. As soon as we get the ball, we switch to more of a 3-back. Busi can slide in back here. And there's also times when Araujo was pushed up here, and you saw Piqué and Langley kind of fill those spots here, and Busquets was more of the back three, and then you had Xavi here, De Jong here. Xavi, tactical genius, not afraid to shake things up, but that's how it kind of ends up looking when we're on the ball. And then as soon as we lose it, of course, Langley drops back, Piqué drops back, Araujo drops back, Alba drops back. Busquets goes to his defensive role. Xavi and De Jong, box-to-box midfielders, and then Dembele and Abde get back and play a little defense when they need to down those wings. So that's what I'm thinking, folks. That's what I'm thinking for our lineup. What would you change? I saw somebody shout Nico in for De Jong. That wouldn't be my choice. I would keep it like this. And I'm okay with it. I'm glad that Hukla is getting time to break through. Listen, we're probably going to bring in some reinforcements in January. There's reports saying that the Cavani deal is all but done. Ferran Torres might also come in. So some of these youngsters, their opportunity, their window of opportunity, I should say, is starting to close. Akamach, Demir, probably not going to be making the senior squad once we have Ansu, Braithwaite, maybe someone coming in off the transfer market in January. You know what I mean? So we'll see. They got to make the most of their time, and they are. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Abde. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Hukla. I know it's going to be a tough match. Sevilla in second place right now. They are 6 points behind Madrid with a match in hand, so they're going to be desperate to get 3 points at home. I'm actually thinking a draw for this one. I'm thinking a 2-2 draw. Goals from Xavi and Araujo. I think Araujo is going to get a header. I think Gavi's going to score in back-to-back matches. Araujo's going to get a header. But I don't think it's going to be Barcelona giving up the lead this time. I think we're going to have to fight and come back. That's what I'm thinking. So that's the lineup. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if I got anything wrong, formation or personnel. But I'm going to go 2-2 draw away from home to Sevilla, and I think that's a good result for us. I'd be happy with that. What do you think, folks? 3:30 kickoff. We're going to be here live on the Undefeated channel. We'll be cheering on the Blaugrana. You all will be participating in the chat with Kool-Aids from around the world while we cheer ourselves on to victory. It's going to be fantastic. It's going to be a good time. We'll be going live, like I said, right around 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Figure out what that is for you. We're going to be doing the live commentary play-by-play. You won't miss any of the action. We'll have the chat going on with Kool-Aids from around the world, so you can hang out with the Stash Squad here on the Undefeated channel. It's going to be a good time, my friends. It's going to be a good time. Could be a rough one, all right? Just kind of thinking through possibilities here. It could be a rough one, obviously. We'll see. We're in it together. Either way, we are in it together, my friends. So one more time, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the channel so you can be part of the conversation with Kool-Ace from around the world as we cheer on the Blaugrana. We've got Wake Up and Barca every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday right here on the Undefeated channel, your morning Barcelona news show. And then we are here for all the Barcelona matches, including Sevilla versus Barcelona tomorrow, 3:30. We'll be starting things off with a pregame show at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I'll see you there. My friends, thank you so much for tuning in and taking a ride. I'll see y'all next time. Mwah.